So in this video, we are going to learn how to create Google Tasks for Microsoft 365 calendar event. Now suppose guys, you and your team members are using Microsoft 365 calendars to match all of your official tasks and event. And you want that whenever a new event is created in Microsoft 365, you want to create a task in your own Google Task account to maintain all the records of your task which you have to do. So here guys, let me tell you, you can actually automate this process. So in this automation, whenever a new event will be created in Microsoft 365, automatically with the same details, a task will be created in Google Tasks. So if you want to know how you can set up this automation, to know this, you have to come with me to my screen.
So as you can see, here we are on Pabbly Connect's dashboard. Now to reach this dashboard, you will get a free sign-up link of Pabbly Connect in the description box below. By clicking on that link, you can create your free Pabbly Connect account in just 2 minutes. And after reaching to this dashboard, just click on Create Workflow and give this workflow a name. For example, I would like to name my workflow as Microsoft 365 Calendar to Google Task. And then just click on Create. Now you can see that our workflow is open over here. And in this workflow, we have 2 different windows. First one is the trigger window and second one is the action window. So triggers and actions are basically those 2 concepts, those 2 principles on which this whole automation works on, where the trigger says when this happens and the action says do this. So let's begin with the trigger window. Now the idea here is, first, we have to connect our Microsoft 365 calendar with Pabbly Connect so that every time we create a new event in Microsoft 365 calendar, the details of that event will be received inside Pabbly Connect. And after that guys, using Pabbly Connect, we are going to send those new event details to Google Task so that we can create a new task over there. So let's see how it is done. Here in Choose app of the trigger window, search for Microsoft 365. Just select it. And after selecting it, in trigger event from the drop down, select the trigger event as new calendar event. Then just click on connect and select add new connection. So here guys, we have to connect our Microsoft 365 account with Pabbly Connect. And to make this connection, click on this connect with Microsoft 365 button and then select your Outlook account, Microsoft 365 account over here, in which you are creating new events. Then after that, just scroll down and click on continue. And as we click on continue, we will see our Microsoft 365 calendar account will get connected with Pabbly Connect. After making this connection guys, what we have to do, here the first thing it asks us is the calendar. And here in the drop down, you can see a list of 4 calendars over here. So here guys, in my Microsoft 365 calendar account, I have also created 4 calendars. And the list of these 4 calendars can be seen over here inside Pabbly Connect. So here Pabbly Connect is asking us that the details of new calendar event from which calendar we want to get inside Pabbly Connect. So as you can see, I have selected this calendar named as Pabbly Connect. I have created this calendar and named it as Pabbly Connect. And I want that every time I create an event in this particular calendar, the details of that event should be received inside Pabbly Connect and this automation should trigger. So from the drop down, I'm going to select that particular calendar. After selecting the calendar, we just have to click on Save and Send Test Request. And when we click on Save and Send Test Request, the details of the last event, the most recent event which we have created in Outlook calendar, the details of that particular event will be captured inside Pabbly Connect. So let's click on Save and Send Test Request. Now when we click on Save and Send Test Request, here you can see that we have received some response. And in this response, you will see the details of the most recent event which we have created. Here you can see the name of the event. You can see the start date and time of the event over here. Then guys, we will scroll down. You will see some other details of this particular event like the description and all the other details. Like here's the description. And here is the category. So here guys, in my Outlook account, we will see we had an event named as Developers Conference. And here you can see this is the event named as Developers Conference. The date of this event is 8th of April 2023 and the time is from 11 a.m. And this is the description of this particular event. And here in Pabbly Connect, we will see we have received the details of the exact same event, the last event which I had created. Same event name, then here you can see the same date. But guys, the time over here is pretty changed. Here guys, we have received the time according to UTC time zone. And while creating this event in Outlook calendar, I have entered the time according to my country's time zone, that is Asia, Kolkata, the India's time zone. So here guys, what we have to do, we have to change the time zone of the start date time over here in the next step. After that, we will scroll down further and we will see some other details regarding the same event. Like when was this event details were last modified, then here we will scroll down, you will see the importance, then here you can see the end time zone as well, end date and time as well. Like at what date and time this event is supposed to get ended. Then we will scroll down. Here you can see the category, that is blue category. And here you can see that it's blue over here. The category of this event is blue. And you can see the description. So guys, the step 1 of setting up this automation is completed. We have successfully received the details of a new event from Microsoft Outlook calendar inside Pabbly Connect. Now let's move to step 2. And in step 2, we just have to change the format and the time zone of this particular date time response which we have received. So as I told you, we have received this response of event start date time in UTC time zone. And this time and date and time format is also a pretty complex format. So what we are going to do, we are going to change the format and the time zone of this start date time. And to do this, we will just scroll down, come to our action window, and we will use a feature of Pabbly Connect that is called date time formatter. So here in choose app in the action step, select date time formatter by Pabbly. Then after that, in action event from the drop down, select the action event as format date with time zone. Then just click on connect. After clicking on connect, the first thing it asks us is the date, that what is the response of the date whose format and time zone we want to change. So here we want to change the format and the time zone of this start date time. So we have to map this response of start date time over here in this field of date. And guys, the process of mapping is very simple. Simply click on this field and here in the drop down, you can see a list of all the responses which we have received from Microsoft 365 of a new calendar event. And out of all of these responses, select the response of start date time and it will be mapped over here. After mapping this, it is asking us from format, that in which particular format this date and time is present right now. So from the drop down, we are going to select this particular format in which this date and time is present right now. Then in to format, we have to select the format that in which format we want to change this date and time in. So in to format, we have selected this format and both of these are slightly different formats over here. Then it is asking us from time zone, that according to which time zone we have received the time in this date time response. So as I told you, we have received the date time response in UTC time zone. So in from time zone, we are going to select UTC. And in to time zone, I want to change the time zone to Asia Kolkata time zone. So that's why I have selected Asia Kolkata over here. You can basically select any time zone according to your choice, according to your requirement. And after this, just click on save and send test request. Now when we click on save and send test request, here you can see that we have received some response. And this response seems to be a positive response to us. In this response, you can see the time zone is being changed. Now the date is 8th of April 2023, the same date, but the time which was showing here as 5:30 a.m. is now changed to 11 a.m. The exact same time which time was showing us in Microsoft Outlook calendar of this event, that is 11 a.m. Now this means we have successfully changed the format and time zone as well. Now let's add these details to Google Task to create a task over there for this new event. Just click on this add action step button over here and then here in choose app, search for Google Task. Just select it. After selecting Google Task in action event from the drop down, select the action event as create task and click on connect. Now here guys, we have to connect our Google Task account with Pabbly Connect. So just select add new connection and click on sign in with Google. After clicking on sign in with Google, select your Google Task account in which you want to create this new task. Just scroll down and click on continue. And as we click on continue, we will see our Google Task account will get connected with Pabbly Connect. After making this connection, the first thing it asks us is the task list. That in our Google Task account, in which particular task list we want to create this task. So here guys, in my Google Task account, you can see I have created 3 different task lists. First one is named as Smart Task, second one is Pabbly Team, and the third one is Teamwork. So I want to create a new task in this task list named as Teamwork. So I'm selecting task list as Teamwork over here. Then it is asking us for the task title, that what will be the title of the task. So I want the name of the event to be the title of the task. Here we have the response of the name of the event which we have created in Microsoft Calendar. So we just have to map this response of subject, the event name over here. Just click on this field and from the drop down from Microsoft Office 365's new calendar event response, select this response of subject or the event name. Then it is asking us for the notes. Like here in notes section, we have to enter the details of this particular task. So here guys, I want to add the description of this particular event over here. So we will just map the description from the drop down over here. Then it is asking us for the due date. Now here guys, we have to enter the due date in this particular format over here. That at what is the due date of this task. So I want to add the start date time as the due date of this particular task. That is why using date time formatter, we have changed the format and the time zone of this particular date, event start date. So what we are going to do from the drop down from date time formatter responses, we are just going to map the response of the formatted date and time over here. And then just click on save and send test request. Now, when we click on Save and Send Test Request, here you can see that we have received some response. And this response seems to be a positive response to us. This response shows that the details which we have entered over here, using these details, a new task has been created in Google Task. So let's check it. We will go to a Google Task account. And yes, guys, here you can see that a new task named as Developers Conference has been created in our Google Task account. The description of the task says we will be discussing the new age technologies. The same description which we have added while creating an event in Microsoft Outlook calendar. And also you can see the same due date over here for that task, that is 8th of April. This means the automation workflow which we have created in this video is working perfectly fine. And using this automation, whenever a new event will be created in Microsoft Office 365, automatically the details of that event will be added as a new task in Google Task. Now here guys, after setting up this automation, we are going to test this automation workflow once in real time. And for that, we will go to our Microsoft 365 calendar and we are going to create an event over here. For example, I'm going to create an event for 10th of April. Let's create an event and let's add the title of this event as test event. Then let's add the time as, for example, this event is from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. This is the time duration. And we are just testing this automation. This is the description of this event. Let's click on save. So just now I have added a new event in my Microsoft 365 calendar. And we will see within 10 minutes, a new task will be created in my Google Task regarding the same event. And it basically takes 10 minutes of time because the connection between Microsoft 365 calendar and Pabbly Connect is a polling based connection. And in this type of connection, Pabbly Connect will check for new event details in our Microsoft 365 account every 10 minutes. So every 10 minutes, Pabbly Connect will check for new events. If we have created any new event in the last 10 minutes, it will fetch the details of that new event and then this automation workflow will trigger. It will start. So let's wait for a few minutes over here. Okay, so we have successfully waited for 10 minutes. Now let's check our Google Task account. So we'll go to Google Task. And yes, guys, here you can see that a new event has been created in Google Task. The name of this task is the test event, the same event name which we have added over here in Microsoft Outlook calendar. You can see the same description and the same date as well. This means the automation workflow which we have created in this video is working perfectly fine and we have tested this automation in real time. So not just these applications guys, you can connect plenty of other applications using Pabbly Connect. And guys, one more important thing. You will find the clone link of this exact same workflow in the description box below. By clicking on that link, you can clone the same workflow into your own Pabbly Connect account and use this automation workflow for free. Also, let me tell you, Pabbly Connect offers you a free plan. And in this plan, you will get some free tasks every month into your own Pabbly Connect account. So if you want to try and test this automation, you can do it for absolutely free.
If you have any kind of doubts or queries, you can post them on forum.pabbly.com. So if this video was helpful to you, you can obviously like this video, comment down your suggestions, and don't forget to share it with others. So guys, that's it for today's video. Thank you. Have a great day.